this week's version of the IBS Chef. Hi, my name is Julia Childs, and I will be developing or creating a meal for you this evening that is both nutritious and good for the gut. What I think we'd start off with is just simple salad. This is iceberg salad. Now, doctors a lot of times say you need a lot of fiber in your diet. And fiber is good, but too much fiber is bad. And I guess they don't know that, but for people who have IBS issues, too much fiber is not good. So to get your vegetables in, I always thought that, or I feel that iceberg lettuce is a good alternative to the really rich, like kale, the very leafy green vegetables that sometimes have too much sulfur and can make you feel bloated. So this is just simple iceberg lettuce. What I do is I take the top piece off here, pull that out, and then this is the core right here. There's a little trick I can show you. So you can see right here the core, and I just hit it down, and I go in, and I take out most of the core, as you can see there. This is kind of the bitter stuff. You don't want that. Put it over here. So what I'm going to do now is just cut the head in half. There we go. We can put some wrap around this and have it maybe the next day. And then I'm just going to chop this up real quick. So these meals, they only take a few minutes to make. I do it a little bit coarse. And I also have a salad spinner here. You might not have that at home, but it's good to wash this. Just a rough cut. And again, you have vitamins in here. Maybe not as much as spinach and kale and all that, but then again, it's much easier for the stomach to digest. This is a salad spinner here. Let's put the contents in here. And we'll do a quick rinse. Alright. Spin it around a few times. So all excess water. Put it here in the bowls. And then what I do is I let it chill in the refrigerator, because there's nothing worse than having, warm salad. And then if you have a intolerance towards dressing, you can squeeze some lemon, some pepper. That's always nice. Or just eat it the way it is. But it's always good to have a little bit of vegetables daily. And I'm going to cover this with wrap. I'm going to put it in the refrigerator, and then we'll start on the next thing, which is chicken. And we're going to have chicken, rice, and salad, which is really easy. It's low fat, no oil, no butter. But so that's the next step. So okay, I'll have this covered up, and then the next part we're going to go over the chicken and how I prepare that. Welcome, welcome. This is the second part of the video, and I will be working on now the protein, chicken in particular. This is frozen chicken from Trader Joe's. It's as you can see, it's high in protein, low in fat. It's boneless, skinless. And there are no additives, there are no preservatives, no MSG, so it's really good chicken. It's easy to work with. So that's what we're going to have. And I'll show you what I'm going to do next. Okay, just open that up. What's nice about chicken too is once you cook it, and you don't eat everything, you can put it in the refrigerator and still have it for a day. I normally have like a 2 to 3 day rule. Everything that's like protein or whatnot, if it's in the refrigerator for more than that, toss it. But if you cook chicken and it's well, it's done right, seasoned properly, you can have it the next day. It's still good. So we've got a couple of chicken breasts here. As you can see, a little freezer burn on there, but that's okay. So we're going to put it over here in the pan. And this is the videographer could look at the pan. This is just a regular fry pan. It's Teflon coated. You can use any pan actually. And now what I'm going to do always wash your hands too when you work with chicken. Use soap immediately. Be on the safe side. So, what we're going to do, what I used to do is I cooked it in oil and butter, and boy, that was really delicious. But then afterwards, I'm like, what am I doing? It's a lot of extra calories. You don't need that. I just want to have the lean chicken, and I don't want to have the indigestion. So chicken is really good. It's low in fiber, high in protein, low in fat, and it's really easy to make. As you can see, I just took it right out of the bag, put it in the pan, and we're almost there. So what I do is I add a little bit of water and kind of sautés in its own juices. This is just drinking water, sparklets. And I just pour it over the... Now you can season this any way you want, but since this is the IBS Chef, we're just going to use salt and pepper. But you could throw a cube of extra spice in there if you want to dress it up a little bit. But this is the way I make it. As you can see, that's just water. And now that the breasts are moist, add a little more water. Now that the breasts are a little bit wet, the seasoning sticks to it more. So this is ground pepper, nothing fancy. I always use fresh ground pepper. This is sea salt. I get this also from Trader Joe's. So it's pretty good stuff. And chicken's the type of thing that you really gotta season it. And there's no real taste to it. Some people, they actually almost marinate it into a brine overnight. So I put quite a bit of salt on there. But again, you can do it if you're on a low sodium diet. You don't have to put that much on. Okay, so now put it on maybe medium to low, probably more on the low side. And this is just a lid from a regular pot. It just happens to fit on here. And it just starts to boil, and maybe, I'd say maybe about 10 minutes, maybe a little longer. We'll check it. I always take the breast and I cut it a little bit, check the insides to make sure that it's not pink or anything's coming, and if the juices do come out, they're clear, because you don't want to get sick. Chicken has to be cooked properly. So this is a good way. When you fry it, sometimes oil goes all over the place, and you got to flip it and all that. But with this is kind of all contained, and the steam that develops cooks it through. So it's really nice, and it's a fast way of cooking chicken. It's very healthy. So in a minute we'll show you how, when it starts to boil, how it looks. Okay, now we're going to start the rice. Now, it's interesting about, if you look at all the different types of carbohydrates you have that are out there, the most common staple types of foods that people eat, potatoes, pasta, rice, it's interesting to know that the easiest for the gut to break down is actually rice. And a lot of times they use rice from baby food and whatnot because it's so easy for the tummy. And again, there are different types of rice too. Some are so high in fiber that again, they give you an upset stomach. And what I found is that actual minute rice here, it's actually enriched with vitamins as well. Cooks in a very short time. It's gluten-free. It's microwavable as well. But what's nice about it is it's almost like it's pre-cooked, and that's why it cooks so fast. But also it's got the least amount of, for me, from my experience, it's the least amount of fiber, so I can digest it really easy. It's no problem. After a few days of eating this, if I have a really upset stomach, it's great. So. Yeah, I'll show you how easy this is. This is really a snap. This is almost like stupid easy, they say. I'm going to make 2 cups of rice, and it's 1-to-1 ratio. Normally, with other rices, it's 2 parts water to 1 part rice, but this is real simple. It's just 1-to-1. So, if I'm going to make 2 cups of rice, I use 2 cups of water. So I have a measuring cup here, and if you don't have a measuring cup, you can just use an ordinary cup and just use the exact same amounts. It's just 1-to-1. Okay, so I'm going to fill this up with some water here. And I'm going to season it too with salt, because this rice actually tastes pretty darn good with some salt on it. And again, there's no butter, there's no oil, there's nothing like that. And I just take the 2 cups of water, and I have it here in a pan here. And then I'm going to bring this to a boil. And if you look over on the right of the stove, you can already see the chicken, how fast that went. It's not done yet. It's been about 5 minutes, I'd say. But we're going to start the water to boil for the rice. So we bring the water to a boil. We season it with some salt. Again, I use the sea salt. And if you're on a sodium low diet, then just, add as much or as little as you want. Okay? And we'll bring that to a boil. And in the meantime, I'm going to dry this up and put the rice in here, two cups. And we'll add it. So in a second, when this starts to boil, you'll see me add the rice. Okay, if you come on over here and take a look, the water is boiling now rapidly for the rice. Okay, we've got 2 cups of water in here, and this is 2 cups of the minute rice, as you can see. Just pour the whole contents in there, and I just stir it around a little bit so everything gets wet. Cover all the rice that's in there. It begins to boil again, and then you want to take it off the heat. Take it off the heat after it starts to boil like it is. So you can see that. Just take it off the heat, put it over here, and let it sit for about 5 minutes. It's hot enough. If you look at the chicken now, it's really going. So it's been about actually 15 minutes. I would say I was wrong with my timing. I normally don't even really go with time. I just go with the consistency. I check the sides. I cut it open. I take a look at it. But yeah, it's been about 15 minutes now. The chicken's been cooking on a medium-low temperature, and smells great in here already. And right, so that's what we've been doing now. And the next video will be everything basically done, and I'm going to start plating stuff, cutting it up and plating. Okay. All right, welcome back. We have the chicken ready. So nice. What I'm going to do is take this piece here. I'm just going to slice it so it's a little more manageable to eat. Yeah, it's really tender, the pieces. I'm not even really sawing it, I'm just pressing right through. Same thing here, wow. Let's turn that nice. And as you can see, it's cooked thoroughly through because you don't want any pink. You get sick from that. Chicken always has to be cooked through well. Okay, so now we have some pieces here. Alright, chicken's done. And at the same time our rice is done. So let me scoop out some rice. Sometimes what I do, because chicken does dry pretty fast, dries up, it's with turkey as well, the juices that it was all cooking in, kind of marinate the, even though it's water, there's still chicken juices in here, and I just put a little bit over the meat. So this is about as bland as it gets. I mean, but besides the pepper and the salt. So there you go. Put this on the table. And we have the chilled salad. Goes along with it. So there you go. It's a really lean, a mess here. It's a really lean dinner. You have the rice, you have the carbohydrates, you have the chicken, and you have your vegetables. So if you can, it doesn't take that long. The chicken actually took a little bit longer. Originally I'd said 10 minutes. It's closer to 20 minutes. It all depends on how high you have it on, but the higher you do cook it, the tougher sometimes it gets. So I have it like a medium-low temperature. But there you go. This is just a simple meal. Doesn't take that long, probably like half an hour maybe. And if you continue this, exercise and watch the alcohol, keep that at a low, and keep the water high, you'll be fine. So anyway, until next time, until the next dish we make, maybe it'll be a soup. I'll show you how to make a good soup for the belly. Okay.